Welcome back to our channel, soap fans. Today is a beautiful, drama-filled day to unpack the absolute madness happening in Salem right now. Grab your coffee, get comfortable, and let's talk about the DiMera family, because things are about to get incredibly intense. Right off the bat, I need to emphasize this because it is the absolute core of today's video. EJ would be absolutely devastated if he loses Lexie again in days. Let that sink in for a second, you guys. We are looking at a storyline that has the potential to completely break one of Salem's most ruthless characters. So, let's set the stage. Right now, everyone in Salem is riding this incredible, miraculous high because Lexie Carver is back. Can you believe it? After all these years, the impossible has happened. This week, we are seeing some truly heartwarming scenes where Abe Carver is actually thanking EJ DiMera. Yes, you heard that right. Abe and EJ sharing a moment of pure gratitude. EJ is absolutely thrilled, and frankly, he is basking in the glory of having successfully saved his sister's life. He pulled off the ultimate miracle. But here's the kicker. This joy, this overwhelming sense of victory, it might be a massive, cruel setup. Let's be real for a second. This is days of our lives. Happiness is just the waiting room for tragedy. In a recent interview, Dan Feuerriegel, the brilliant actor behind EJ, dropped a massive hint. He mentioned that his character ends up feeling absolutely terrible when something completely unexpected happens. Now, what could that possibly mean? A lot of fans are brushing this off as a business deal gone wrong, but I actually think the reality is far more sinister. Dan is heavily implying that Lexie's miracle cure might not be permanent. What if Lexie gets sick and dies all over again? I think this move would be a huge mistake for EJ's psyche, but an absolute goldmine for daytime television. Right now, EJ is riding high on his God complex. He is sitting in the DiMera mansion, literally calculating the millions, if not billions of dollars he plans to rake in by patenting and selling this miracle cure. It is classic DiMera greed. He wants to monetize resurrection. He wants to prove that he is a better, smarter, and more successful patriarch than Stefano ever was. Stefano tried to cure Lexie's brain tumor back in 2012 and failed. EJ succeeded. The hubris is off the charts. And of course, EJ would be furious if he lost out on that massive payday. The financial hit would bruise his massive ego. But let me tell you, that loss of money is absolutely nothing compared to the soul-crushing agony he will endure if Lexie's cancer returns. EJ will completely shatter if he loses his sister a second time. You have to look back at the deep, historical lore of this show to understand their bond. EJ and Lexie were incredibly close before she passed away in Abe's arms. They shared that unique burden of being Stefano's children, trying to navigate the darkness of the DiMera legacy while holding on to their own humanity. Lexie was often the moral compass EJ desperately needed. When she died, a part of EJ's heart went cold. Now that he has her back, he feels whole again. He feels like he has rewritten history. But what if the science is flawed? We know that Dr. Rolf serums and DiMera science projects always come with a horrific catch. Remember when Will Horton was brought back and he had complete amnesia? Or when EJ himself was resurrected after being shot by Clyde Weston's men and he spent years recovering in Italy. DiMera resurrections are never clean. My personal theory: the cure EJ used is temporary. It forces the cancer into a rapid remission, but it causes cellular degradation over time. Lexie might look and feel perfectly healthy right now, but her body could be a ticking time bomb. Imagine the psychological horror of that realization. EJ knows that Stefano dedicated his final years to finding a cure for Lexie. Stefano wanted his golden daughter back more than anything. EJ picked up that mantle and crossed the finish line. But if Lexie's health suddenly plummets, the guilt is going to eat EJ alive. He didn't just fail to save her, he gave her false hope. He gave Abe and Theo false hope. Speaking of Abe and Theo, let's talk about the collateral damage here. A lot of fans are cheering for EJ right now, but I actually think he is setting himself up to be the most hated man in Salem. Think about the trauma he is inflicting on the Carver family. Abe has finally moved on. He built a new life, a new marriage with Paulina Price. And suddenly, the epic love of his life is dropped right back into his lap. Abe is completely torn between his past and his present. If Lexie dies again, Abe's heart will be ripped out for a second time, and he will blame EJ. And what about Theo? That poor kid has been through enough trauma to last a lifetime. Getting his mother back is a literal dream come true. If EJ's miracle cure fails, Theo will have to watch his mother deteriorate all over again. The cruelty of that is almost too much to bear. I absolutely despise the idea of Theo getting his heart broken again, but from a storytelling perspective, it is pure soap opera gold. This impending disaster is also going to tear the DiMera family apart. We already know Chad is highly suspicious of EJ's methods. Chad has always tried to be the white knight of the family, and he knows that EJ, playing God, never ends well. Plus, Tony and Anna are back in town. You just know Anna is going to march right up to EJ and deliver one of her classic, dramatic, "I told you so" speeches. Tony, who has been a victim of Stefano's twisted science more times than we can count, will be horrified that EJ is continuing this dark legacy. There is a huge debate in the fandom right now. Some people think Lexie is going to survive and become a permanent fixture on the canvas, maybe even taking over the hospital. But I strongly disagree. I think Lexie's return is a short-term, high-impact storyline designed specifically to break EJ down to his absolute lowest point. We are going to see a complete unraveling of EJ DiMera. When that tumor comes back, EJ won't care about the millions of dollars. He won't care about the DiMera Enterprises stock price. He will be a desperate, broken little boy, begging the universe not to take his big sister away again. It is going to be tragic. It is going to be devastating. And honestly, I cannot wait to watch Dan Feuerriegel act the absolute house down when this storyline peaks. The tears, the screaming, the throwing of whiskey glasses against the DiMera living room wall, it is going to be Emmy-worthy material. So, what do you guys think? Is the miracle cure going to hold up, or is EJ destined to watch Lexie slip away all over again? Will Doctor Rolf suddenly appear with a secondary serum, or is Lexie's fate sealed? Drop your wildest theories in the comments below. Do you feel bad for EJ, or do you think his arrogant God complex means he deserves whatever heartbreak is coming his way? Let's get a debate going. And as always, Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update on the chaotic lives of Salem's finest. Until next time, stay dramatic.